Hello.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Salam, ya tadi.
Hi Ma, how are you?
Okay, fine.
Okay, aku ni on the way nak pergi tempat kau ni. I was thinking I'm going to see your car.
Boleh lah,
See
okay.
your car. Kau dah buka dulu? Kau dah ada kat sana?
Dah ada kat sini.
Okay, dalam pukul 5 macam tu kot, insyaAllah aku sampai.
Okay, baik, boleh.
Alright, see you later. Okay, thanks bro.
Okay, tadi.
Okay, bye.
Salam.
Hey guys, so this comes to a bit of a difficult point right now. Actually, up to now, I think there's been a lot of questions, especially on YouTube, even on Instagram, both NoEqual's Instagram and my personal Instagram. There people have been asking, what's happening to the NEG6, or rather my EG6 project car that we did a complete video of it last year in March, and there hasn't been much story about it. So I thought today I wanted to just share with you guys a little bit about what exactly has been happening with the car. So as you all know, in the last 12-13 months, we have been suffering and going through this whole COVID-19 new normal thing, and throughout all the MCO, CMCO, EMCO, I don't know, PKP, PKPD, lockdown, whatever that the government is implementing, things haven't exactly been as progressive as all of us had hoped so. So you see, the problem with the whole COVID phenomenon right now is that what was funny was that I sent in the NEG6 to US Motorsports Garage, to Umar, somewhere around March last year, and that was also when we went through the first lockdown of with the COVID-19 thing, right after TNTI's V5. So things haven't exactly been progressing since then. I've been meaning to do an update because truthfully what I wanted to share with you guys is actually what has been happening with the car between March last year till now, at this point where we are today. So the truth is, the car has been stuck in the workshop right till September last year, and in September was when Umar, US Motorsports Garage, started working on the car. So while the engine was out, most of the interior was all still in pieces, so I wanted to do a full strip on the car. And although I didn't think of doing that initially, but as time progresses throughout the lockdown, I thought maybe it'll be a good idea for me to just strip the car, get it fully restored, because it's not just the fact that things didn't go through or go progress, but there's also this part where actually, as you all know, most of the JDM car prices have been going up throughout that period. So since I got the car at quite a good value at the time, and actually up to now, actually the EG6 price has gone up about triple since when I got mine. So I thought it'd be a good idea to just fully restore the thing, strip everything down to the bones, and really get the car in really good shape. So came down in September, I got Umar to just get the work going, fully strip the car out, and I think about mid to end September was when the car was pulled out from Umar's garage, US Motorsports Garage, to go into the body shop and paint shop to get a lot of the bodywork done. So I'm pretty sure if you guys remember, those who followed my story on the EG6, is that you guys remember that the car had a lot of rust. And what's funny was that as the car was stripped down to the bones, we found even more work that needed to be done. So right about the end of September, the car went out into the workshop, and this body and paint shop got to work on the car, but things didn't really progress the way we wanted it, because, well, I think towards October down till about December, things were open, but then again you can't cross borders, so I didn't even get to see the car. I went to see the car down sometime in early December, and well, basically most of the paint is all gone. They brought it down to the shell itself, down to the metal, but they didn't get the rust going. And then we came to January this year, when there was yet another MCO, another lockdown, right early in the year, when things went back to how it was last year March, where all these workshops, all these guys weren't able to get to work, which, well, honestly it sucked, because that left my car hanging yet again. So from the time it went into the workshop in end of September down till about March, the car had, I would say, maybe 30 to 40% of the work that needed to be done. But when it came to when things reopened again in March, I went down to see the car and had a talk with the body shop together with Uma, who's the project manager for my car. And well, yet another problem, because the workshop didn't get it done, and that was the problem that we had. That's truly why the thing has been delayed. So goodness gracious, honestly, this is one of the challenges that I knew that we had to face with a project car. And I wish things flew better, because I was targeting about 6 months downtime, but I haven't been able to drive the car for about 1.5 years now, in fact, since I set the car right down last year in March. So that's the whole situation. So we had an issue with the paint shop. The guy that was focusing on the bodywork of the car basically ran off from the shop. He started picking up outside jobs and left my car literally there for months without getting any work done. So downright in April, me and Uma, we decided to pull the car out of the workshop and get it back to US Motorsports Garage, where the car has been there for the last 2 months. And we managed to find a bodywork guy who was able, freelancer bodywork guy, to come down to Uma's workshop and get the work done right there. So yeah, I have to be honest, progress has been rather slow, but there has been progress. And actually, I just got an update from Uma about last night, and he sent me some photos of the car, and actually it's just about almost done. All the rust work is all been done, and that's why I'm on the way to Uma's place right now to go and have a look at the car. So yeah, for those who've been wondering what the hell has been happening to my car, that's what's up. And honestly, it sucks, but this is one of the things that you gotta focus on and really, get your mind into it when it comes to a project car. Sometimes people can be less dependable than you wish to be, but this is the reality of it. But I'm just happy that there's a bit of progress. So that's why we're going there. I'll give another update when we arrive at Uma's place. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully things can get a little bit faster, as things are loosening up again right now. Well, we're in yet another lockdown, but they can get the work done because the car's right at US Motorsports Garage. So yeah, more update to come. Let's have a look when we arrive at Uma's place, and to see how my NEG6 is going down. So that was the quick checkup with US Motorsports Garage. This is the current state of NEG6. It's been a lot of work. It's been a very long process to get to this point, but I would say this is about 70% there. Much of the bodywork is already completed. Come, let me just show you guys around. So this whole area, much of the parts where, especially on my last update, I remember showing you guys where the drainage area was rusted. So this area now, as you can see, is sealed. They've already replaced this area with metal. That's what's most important. So at least prior to getting to this point, when they stripped the car to the bones, everything was down to the metal. And what they found out was actually here, the metal work here was actually very thin already. There was a lot of cement over it. So now at least there's metal that's already been redone. And if you can come down over here, and you can also see that much of the rust that I showed you on the last episode is all done as well. So all the plates have been replaced. At least on the exterior, the car is almost ready. But what's major right now that they're fixing is actually, let me show you guys on the front part of the car, right down here on the engine bay department. So if you remember on the last episode as well, I shared that there is a hole coming through on the firewall of the car. So this is as a result of this car. I think there's been a lot of stretching on the chassis prior, because this was a time attack car prior to this. And yeah, it's in a way, not to say it's weak, it's just that there is a bit of play. So this thing needs to be done, and I'm going to strengthen everything. And ultimately, what I really want to do with this is I'm going to spot weld the whole car. And the whole reason for that is actually to just really strengthen and stiffen the chassis and make sure that everything just put together. It's not really a... I know a lot of people get a bit worried when we talk about spot welding, but honestly, I've spoken to a few people, and there isn't much downside to spot welding other than the fact that you get to see the stitched up parts on your interior. But this is an old car, it's an old chassis, so the whole idea is just to strengthen everything up so that there isn't a worry when I'm on the drive, you know. Whenever I might be, you know, I'm going to be driving this a lot after this thing completes. So I hope to, you know, do some track days, some track time with this car. So at least there's one less thing worried in my mind to know that at least the chassis of this car is solid and ready to do all that kind of hard work, you know? So down here, so this car, I remember I was sharing with you guys that this has been swapped out to a 5x114 knuckle, which is this whole subframe from a DC2, because this is using a B18CR DC2 engine. So I'm going to swap this back to 4x100. The whole point of that is because I want to retain the originality of an EG6. So I'm going to swap out the 5x114 to 4x100. So I'm going to get a new set of wheels for this car. I'm not too sure yet what wheels to get, because after all, this is an original EG6 chassis. You can just see it on the step here. So at least, you know, when the car is completed, it will retain that originality, that original value of the what really people are chasing these days with these kind of classic JDM cars. So yeah, I hope that gives you guys a bit of an update on the progress of this thing. It's far from completion, no doubt, but at least there is progress. You know, for the whole last of 1 year, the car has pretty much, I think, had like at most 3 months of work into it, because we've been in lockdown. It's not perfect, I must say, but these are some of the frustrating challenges that you got to face when you deal with project cars such as this. Hopefully, if things go well, probably down the line, this could be maybe another 2 to 3 months in completion, but at least I know that there is progress, and I can share with you guys that there is progress, so that, you know, at least moving forward, I hope to share more content with this thing coming up as time progresses. Yeah, so I hope you guys like that episode. Do leave some stuff in the comment section. I'm not too sure what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I hope to be sharing more updates as this thing comes along. Be sure that you guys will definitely have more updates on the NEG6 project.